My name is Brury Amiarti. NIM 2210417795. I will read the book English for Economic, chapter 4, page 33 to 34, written by Adi Mursalin SAMM. Planned economy, the two other economic systems that contrast sharply with the capitalism of Adam Smith, are socialism and communism. These systems are sometimes called planned economies because the answers to the three basic economic questions are determined, at least to some degree, through centralized government planning. Socialism in socialist economy. The key industries are owned and controlled by the government. Such industries usually include transportation, public utilities, communications, and those producing important materials such as steel. Open brackets. In France, the major banks are nationalized or transferred to government control. Banking, too, is considered extremely important to a nation's economy. Close bracket. Land and raw materials may also be the property of the state in a socialist economy. Depending on the country, private ownership of real property. Open bracket, such as land and buildings, close bracket, and smaller or less vital businesses is permitted to varying degree. People usually might choose their own occupations, but many work in state-owned industries. What to product and how to product in it are determined in accordance with national goals, which are based on projected needs and the availability of resources, at last for government-owned industries. The distribution of goods and service is also controlled by the state to the extent that it controls rent and wage. Among the professed aim of socialist countries are the equitable distribution of income, the elimination of poverty, and the distribution of social services such as medical care to all who need them, smooth economic growth, and elimination of the waste, thus supposedly economies capitalist competition. Britain, France, Sweden, and India are democratic countries whose mixed economies include a very visible degree of socialism, communism, if Adam Smith was the father of capitalism, Karl Marx was the father of communication. In his writings, open brackets, during the mid 19th century, close bracket, Marx advocated a classes society whose citizens together owned all economic resources. He believed that such a society would come about as the result of a class struggle between the owners of capital and the workers they had exploited. All workers would then contribute to this communism society according to their ability and would receive benefits according to their need. Today, North Korea is generally considered to have communist economy. Almost all economic resources are owned by the government in this country. The basic economic questions are answered through centralized state planning, which states prices and which as well. In this planning, the needs of the state generally outweigh the needs of its citizens. Emphasis is placed on the production of capital goods, open brackets, such as heavy machinery or close brackets, rather than on the products that consumers want. Three are frequent shortages of consumer goods. Workers have little choice of jobs, but special skills or talents seem to be rewarded with special privileges. Various group of professional, open bracket, bureaucrats, university professors, and athletes, for example, close brackets, fare much better than, say, factory workers. Communist economies were in the former USSR, China, Cuba, former Yugoslavia. Nowadays, all these countries have market economies. Some of them are in the period of transition to the market one. The so-called economies actuality seem to be far from Marx's visions of communism, but rather practice a strictly controlled kind of socialism. There is also a bit of free enterprise here and there. For example, in the former Soviet Union, the farmers' markets, open brackets, rank in Russians, close brackets, not only were all wheat but were also essential to the nation's food supply. However, like all red economies, these economies are neither pure nor static. Every operating economy is a constantly changing mixture of various idealized economic systems. Some evolve slowly, others change more quickly through either evolution or revolution. And over many years, nations such as Great Britain might move first in one direction, size toward capitalism, and then in the opposite direction. It is impossible to say whether any real economy will ever close resemble Marx communism.